We are now in the final 5½ hours of the countdown for the launch of the Space Shuttle Atlantis on the second mission to dock with the Russian Mir space station. This is shuttle launch control at T-minus 3 hours in holding, where we are now in the suit-up room, and we see our commander, Ken Cameron. Going across the room, and our pilot, Jim Halsell, undergoing their final suit-up and check-out of their helmet, pressurization checks. Mission Specialist Chris Hatfield, who will be operating the remote manipulator arm during this flight. Going across the room, again, we see Bill MacArthur finishing his suit-up activities. And this should be Jerry Ross, indeed. These launch and entry suits are not very comfortable, but they're certainly functional, very visible. Temperature now at the launch pad at 58 degrees. Picking up the count now in 3, 2, 1, T-minus 3 hours and counting. This is shuttle launch control at T-minus 2 hours, 54 minutes, 55 seconds and counting. And the STS 74 astronauts now are leaving the suit-up room, headed for the elevator, going from the 3rd floor of the operations and checkout building down to the awaiting astronaut transfer van.
And MNT launch director.
Jim, the MNT is working, no issues, you're cleared to launch.
Copy that. And Atlantis, looks like we got everything lined up, ready for you guys to go, so have a good mission, and we'll see you back here in about 8 days.
Roger that. Thanks very much, sir. We sure appreciate the help.
And NTD launch director, you have a clearance to launch.
NTD copies. Thank you.
Orbiter's flight controls have been tested. And standing by now to gimbal the main engines. We see the speed brake being cycled here. And now the main engines are gimbling, or being moved through their operational latitudes. T-minus 3 minutes.
CLS is go for ET LO2 pressurization.
Liquid oxygen tank now being pressurized. Weather Officer Ed Priscilla just has passed the word that they are now officially green at the pad.
Memory and verify no unexpected errors. Sim 1.
And the gaseous oxygen vent hood, known as the Gox beanie cap, now being retracted.
Copy.
Ground launch sequencer will make a check at T-minus 37 seconds to make sure that it's in the fully retracted position.
Flight crew OTC, close and lock your visors and initiate O2 flow. And looks like the second time was a charm. Have a good flight. Roger that, thank you. And that's complete.
CLS is go for ET LH2 pressurization.
And that was orbiter test conductor Mike Key from Lockheed Martin wishing the crew a good flight.
20,
Sound suppression water system activated.
15, 10,
10, 9, 8, 7, go for main engine start. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and liftoff of Space Shuttle Atlantis with the Russian docking module, the threshold to world cooperation in space.
Roger, roll, Atlantis. Atlantis, go at throttle up.
Roger, go, throttle up.
Atlantis 3 main engines are now back at full throttle. Atlantis altitude 12 miles, 9 miles downrange from the launch pad. Atlantis is now traveling 2,400 miles per hour. 1 minute to 40 seconds since launch, Atlantis has already burned more than 2.25 million pounds of propellant and weighs less than half of what it did at liftoff. Flight controllers are now standing by for burnout and jettison of the twin solid rocket booster first stage. Booster officer confirms a good separation of the twin solid rockets.
And MNT launch director.
Jim, the MNT is working, no issues, you're cleared to launch.
Copy that. And Atlantis, looks like we got everything lined up, ready for you guys to go, so have a good mission, and we'll see you back here in about 8 days.
Roger that, thanks very much, sir. We sure appreciate the help.
And NTD launch director, you have a clearance log.
NTD copies, thank you. And launch team, we're going to pick up the count here in approximately 1 minute, 15 seconds. 25. 20. 15. 10.
CLS is go for main engine start.
All vents open. Copy vents.
T0, FRB ignition.
Liftoff confirmed.
Copy liftoff.
Roll program, Houston.
Roger, roll, Atlantis.
Atlantis for tips.
Go ahead, Story.
We sent one last test message, if you could check that out for us.
Okay, I'm looking at the most recent one. It's grayscale is much lighter.
Are we downlinking?
Not downlinking, just recording locally.
Okay.
Bill filled most of the field of view right now, but that will change.
Okay, I'm done.
And recording there, or is it going up to the...
Just on the TV. Okay. Okay. Chris, we're dining in the line of the TV.
Okay.
Is it recording?
Yes, sir.
Can switch hands, please, on the mic. Thank you.
Okay, loud and clear. How do you hear me, Doug? This is KB5 AWP on the Space Shuttle Atlantis for Golf Sugar, G0 Sugar Yankee X-ray. Go ahead.
0 Sugar Yankee X-ray calling. Can you comment?
Living and working in Russia, so it's all worked out to be a very interesting turn of events.
Yeah, I can imagine, Ken. We're following it quite a bit. I know you've been in Russia for quite a while, and very excited for you to make the trip to Mir. I wish I was up there with you, buddy.
Well, I understand. So how's things going with you in England? I haven't seen you probably since about that time in Fort Worth.
Yeah, okay, Ken, it's going really well. I'm actually coming back upstairs.
No.
Okay, Story, you were stepped on. Say again, please.
Melbourne itself and Orbit 1 are going to be aiming over here to Paul's aiming Orbit 2. We had a great day working with you.
Okay, you've certainly been a big help to us, and we've really enjoyed working with you, and we look forward to it throughout the rest of the mission. Thanks, and get a good night's sleep.
Surprisingly enough, the body doesn't rest dead straight. When I completely relax, this is the position my body goes into. Arms bent, knees bent. So when you're sleeping, this is the position your body wants to go into. It's where all the muscles are relaxed.
Looks like somebody moved the other flight data file out again.
He did. I gave it. I don't know what Ken put it.
He put it in here.
In where? Okay. Thank you. I'll put it in there too.
These are the spells, right? Right in that locker plug.
Okay, so what have we got? Horizontal field of view is 58.9.
Well, we haven't refined it.
Oh, that's true.
101 to 103. And ODS centerline is payload 2.
Yep.
You. Reload.
Spock shows 8.0.
Thank you. Right.
I can't be more. Hey, Bill. I'm starting a payload-based survey. No rush. This is my tone.
Confirm we know where the KU to tips problem is. Could you check one more message we sent up? This one should have the same problem as the first test message.
I'll go check.
Yes, it sure does.
Yep.
Okay, we're getting Bill up here so he can listen up. We're doing SM checkpoint initiates and error log resets.
Copy all, Jerry. And heads up, the message 16, the OSVS troubleshooting should be on board. It's about a 10-minute procedure, and you can perform it, or any of you can perform it at your discretion when you get a moment.
Atlantis, Houston, good morning. Time to wake up and do the right stuff today with that docking module. We'll have you back at 14:09 on the ZOE.
Houston, thank you very much for that inspirational music. We're ready to answer the call, and you timed it perfectly. We were just coming into a beautiful sunrise.
should be tracking. We are. Let's go. Run. We're running.
Whoa, is that a rock solid track? Holy cow.
Just for grades.
Look at that.
Yeah, we have higher solution check.
Look how solid.
Yeah.
Just because it's not so close and it has a nice out of angle thing.
Shadow.
Oh, beautifully lit right now. I mean, we have direct sunlight on 4 out of the 4, 3 out of the 4. Okay, refining the aim?
Yes, sir.
There'll be time.
Okay, Houston, we have OSDS data and we're about to start the McLean maneuver.
Copy, Lance.
And Story, it looks like we shouldn't celebrate too long. I think the lighting's going to cause us problems with targets 2 and 4 here shortly.
We concur, sir. We'd like you to press on with DM installation.
And that's at work. Houston, we have capture.
That's verified.
All right. Done that, Chris? Say next.
Okay. Let's do the Caspian coming up.
And before we lose you, we are also ready for RMS ungrapple.
Okay, and do we have a go on all those activities during the LOS, or do you want to wait on the other side?
You can press on. Atlantis for the aft station.
Go ahead.
Panel A7L, heaters / DCU power 3 to on, please.
of the docking module camera on downlink. You could take it whenever you want to.
Hello, Chris. We have a good image up in the docking module. Looks like a fun place to enjoy yourself in zero gravity.
Yeah, I don't think it'll be empty for long, Dave, but it's a nice bit of space right now.
We've been looking at it with the binoculars, and actually we're quite impressed that we can still actually see the flashing lights, considering that most of that light has to be bounced from the sun. Those are pretty impressive flashers.
In our TV picture, we can still see the oscillation as well. That is impressive.
Okay, good. Still show a little bit outside. We got a long time. 0.05. I'm going to pulse once. At 185. Beat pulse. Okay, I'll get you a new rate. Oh, you can feel the whole vehicle.
That was a good one. See what that when it computes that out. Yeah, that nudges us just up in there.
Sounds like auto bracketing going on over there.
Sure. Now?
Mark. 177 feet stopped.
Okay. All right.
Good
176. Stop.
Okay. Beautiful work, Ken.
Thank you guys. This is just pushing the button. You guys really keep this thing going.
We'll have about 10 minutes of TV time when we get to East.
Houston, Atlantis, Pale Gale, I'm happy we have TCS 1 and 2 locked up. Correction, locked on the target.
Okay, we'll tell her.
Okay, minus 0.03, would that be closure?
It's hard to believe. If you wiggle it around, you'll get... I doubt we're closing that fast. In fact, we're opening.
Okay.
You gotta push it against the window and hold it rock steady. Hey, you can see stars.
Yeah.
Ooh,
I'd like to try it too, also. Chris.
Go for it.
How we doing?
Beautiful.
Good. I need to give you a closing pulse, I think.
We got clearance to go, what do we get clearance for?
For approach on time. Final approach on time.
Okay.
Here you go, Ken.
Okay.
You might need a closing pulse pretty soon. We're like a 177 and opening. Here, I'm going to give you an 8 pulse right now.
You might do 1 to null and 1 to close.
Okay.
The Mir space station is now in its equivalent of free drift, meaning the station is inhibited from having any movements during the final phases of the rendezvous and docking. Atlantis is now at 40 feet from the space station. Slowing the approach to station keep at a distance of about 30 feet before Commander Ken Cameron will initiate the final approach and docking.
Атлантис, как принимаете мир?
35 feet now below the space station. Commander Ken Cameron will be slowing the descent or the initial response or rendezvous with the station.
TCS is locked track. Closure looks pretty good, Ken.
40 seconds.
Shows 2 feet.
25 seconds.
Okay, we have overlap.
The rate.
We are
0.1, 0.06.
8 inches.
0.1 or 0.06? 0.06.
4 inches. Now. We have capture.
0.13. 0.13 was on.
Damping is on.
Так, ребята, вы готовы?
Less than 2 minutes from docking, Atlantis is now 8 feet from the space station, closing at a rate of 0.07 feet per second.
Рабочий режим, ГСУ-1, режим СЭП.
Сейчас 0,09 футов в секунду, дальность 7,5 футов.
То бишь 2 метра примерно.
Да.
Понятно.
Five feet from docking. Four feet in less than 1 minute from docking.
Два фута, ребят.
Так, есть касание, есть индикаторный режим, есть сетка.
Contact, capture.
Capture confirmed.
Есть захват.
Давление еще контролируем какое-то время.
Конечно, конечно.
Capture is confirmed. Atlantis is now docked with the Russian space station.
Понятно, да.
И переходим на контроль.
The next step is to bring the ring adapter down.
As you heard, mirrors free drift.
Right.
Okay, if this thing turns around such that the Earth is back behind us, per camera C, let me know.
I show ring driving out.
Drive command is on. Base is moving out.
Okay.
I've lost my initial position.
I'm pushing power on.
Okay. Drive command is off.
Jerry, look at the tethers attached to their hand.
Look how close that thing is.
Sucker is right there.
Good Lord.
Did we really do this? Nice job.
Good job, man.
Hey, well done, buddy. Well done. Hey, nice job.
You guys.
Nice teamwork all the way around, guys.
Yeah.
Bill,
Good, buddy.
super job.
Good job, gentlemen. Good job.
Good job.
Chris, good job.
Where are we at? Damping off?
Понятно, да.
И переходим на контроль.
The next step is to bring the ring adapter down.
As you heard, mirrors free drift.
Roger, Houston.
Chris, the ZOE would be the perfect place.
Roger. Houston, Atlantis, from Mirror, we're ready to check the camcorder here if you want to go asynchronous mode. The story, I've already got it downlinked to you. I don't see a line in it. Does it look okay to you?
It's a great picture.
Very good. We're going to the mirror module.
You got the harder task trying to go backwards.
But it's fun.
Filming. All right, once you get through the DM, I'll let you go play away.
velocity here.
You're upside down again.
Yeah, but I'm on the bungee again. I have no idea what this does to me as far as getting out of here.
Okay. Let's take that thing out of the box.
Houston, Atlanta, are you hearing Yuri from the base block?
Jim? Say again. You take that phone
Okay, we're not hearing a response from Houston from Moscow.
This is
Символический
a
плак
symbolic plaque
Международной станции
of the International Space Station
Mir и Shuttle.
and of Mir and Shuttle.
Там находится
There is
эмблемы NASA,
emblems of NASA, the Russian Space Agency, ESA, and Canada. Thank you very much, and thanks to the crew of the shuttle. This is a very beautiful and memorable gift. It will absolutely remind us of our joint work and our training for this flight, and we will treasure it with great gratitude. An official documentation from NASA and the first phase.
These special plaques have flown already on Mir 18, STS 71. What написано экипаж?
It's written the crew of Mir 18, STS 71, Mir 20, and so on.
Houston, Mir Atlantis Complex, we've come to the end of what I think has been the most successful mission I could have possibly imagined. We've worked together extremely well, had a great launch, rendezvous and docking, and the chance to see the station Mir, to fly around inside it, exchanging cargo, conducting experiments, and most of all, seeing and working with friends has been an experience that none of us will ever forget. Yuri, Sergei, and Thomas, it has been wonderful to see you again, to work with you and fly with you. The Russians, I think it's most difficult to say goodbye, and the Russians have a much better expression, which is "До свидания." Until we see each other again, even better, "До скорой встречи." So soon for
a
request
rapid
for a meeting again soon.
Yeah.
And that is what is in all of our hearts, that we see you and meet again soon after the flight.
Не в последний раз. Да. До свидания. До свидания. До свидания. Всем до свидания. Счастливого возвращения на Землю. Спасибо. Но мы еще будем говорить в УКВМ. Да. В Хьюстоне большой привет всем специалистам, которые поддерживали полет, обеспечивали. Конечно. Watch my head, my... До свидания. До свидания, друзья. До свидания.
Okay, let me get out of the way.
Крис, до свидания, Крис. До свидания, Крис.
До свидания.
Okay. Yeah, I will be pushing the undocking button. Jim, I'll be looking for someone to watch the hooks when I push it.
Got it. See about a minute 10 for that.
Correct? There we go. Okay. Clock's running. We have good physical separation.
Looks beautiful. Okay, I call that 2 seconds. A inertial.
Pedals free, executing opening right.
Bill, please.
Somebody stop that time.
Surani Atlantis, Dallas, 90 футов.
Сейчас смотрю, там трактор 01 со светом 3076 выдаю.
The Russian interface officer is notifying the mission control in Kaliningrad that the orbiter is outside of 50 feet, meaning the Mir crew can go back to attitude control now on the space station. Current distance is 104 feet, opening at a rate of 0.37 or 0.3 of a foot per second. Mir has now been commanded back to attitude control.
Sorry, do you want that ergometer or do you want to keep looking at this for a little while?
We're going to change our minds and take this. It's irresistible.
We sort of thought you might say that.
Well, you know what my vote was going to be.
Atlantis is traveling 550 miles per hour, approaching the heading alignment circle, an imaginary circle around which Commander Ken Cameron will fly Atlantis and set up for the final approach. Commander Ken Cameron now flying Atlantis around the heading alignment circle.
Atlantis on at the 90, looking good.
Roger.
Pre-flare maneuver underway, positioning the orbiter for the landing. Pilot Jim Halsell deploying the landing gear. The gear is down and locked. Main gear touchdown. Jim Halsell will deploy the drag chute. And nose gear touchdown. Atlantis is rolling out on runway 33 at the Kennedy Space Center, completing 129 orbits of the Earth and 3.4 million miles, the 5th straight landing of the orbiter at the Kennedy Space Center and the 27th landing at the Kennedy Space Center in the shuttle program.
Wheel stop, Houston.
Roger, Atlantis, wheel stop. Добро пожаловать обратно на Землю, и мы поздравляем вас с успешным окончанием полета. Great job.
Спасибо большое. Field in sight.
Copy, field in sight.
Wheel stop, Houston.
Okay, post-landing Delta.
Roger, Atlantis, wheel stop. Добро пожаловать обратно на Землю,
Econ.
и мы поздравляем вас с успешным окончанием полета.
Inco.
Great job.
Copy. Booster. Known. Payloads.